not guilty of...
This couple was sentenced to 35 years in prison because of a wrongful accusation, but just before the truth finally came to light, her partner died behind bars. This was the moment Joyce Watkins was officially declared innocent. An ordinary black woman from Tennessee, Joyce and her partner, Charlie Dunn, were both sentenced to life in prison after a flawed and unfair trial. For 35 long years, Joyce fought to prove her innocence. And while she finally cleared her name, Charlie never got to see that day. He died of cancer in prison. This is considered one of the most heartbreaking wrongful conviction cases in Tennessee history. It all started in 1987 when Joyce and Charlie went to pick up their 4-year-old great-niece, Brandy Jessie. Later that night, Brandy suddenly became unresponsive at home and was rushed to the hospital. But it was too late. She didn't survive. Doctors soon told police that the child had suffered serious injuries before her death. Suspicion immediately fell on the last people who had been with her, Joyce and Charlie. Before they could even grieve, they were taken into custody and charged. To make things worse, the medical examiner at the time made a vague and rushed judgment, suggesting the injuries may have occurred that same afternoon. That assumption alone was enough to send the couple to prison for life. They were barely given a chance to defend themselves. But Joyce and Charlie never stopped fighting. They filed appeal after appeal, refusing to give up. In 2015, they were finally granted parole. But that same year, Charlie passed away in prison. It wasn't until 2022 that a new forensic report was submitted to the court. It concluded that the fatal injuries couldn't have occurred within that 9-hour window Joyce and Charlie had, but rather during the 2 months Brandy spent in foster care beforehand. In other words, Brandy likely suffered life-threatening abuse at her foster home. With the help of innocence advocates, 74-year-old Joyce returned to court and tearfully listened as the judge officially overturned all charges against her. The foster family involved in Brandy's death was eventually held accountable as well. But this justice came 35 years too late. Can justice still be called justice when it takes nearly a lifetime? Joyce is now eligible to seek compensation from the state. But how do you make up for decades of lost time, freedom, and love? What do you think? Tell us your thoughts in the comments and follow for more true stories that deserve to be heard.